welcome to the What's podcast. And what's the name of your show? Just in case you repurpose it. This is late night in Ontario, London, Ontario. This is October. This is actually 2 months before Christmas. So let's check in with you. Well, for those that are just joining us for the first time, welcome to the Sibyl and the Lamide Global. So what do you want to talk about? This is the time to ask me any question. Like, I don't like to blow my horn, but the more is in your house.
What I was even thinking of was not necessarily even a recording. Like, let's just have that vibe to get me in the, as the chief.
You're always a
podcaster. I know, I'm a vibe. That's what it means. It's a natural something. Bait.
I always struggle between giving a compliment and just encouraging you.
I don't take compliments well, so exactly. This is the reaction you'll always get. Yeah. So don't bother. Keep it. I know how you feel about me. It's okay. It's okay. But
unbelievable. This is what you cope with.
But, I was like, I know she can help me have that reset. The only reason I'm doing this and I look like I'm so comfortable is because she's here. If this ever gets out, which I'm still conflicted about. This is my third time on the show, and there'll be many more because you see this person you're looking at is a firebrand. There's a ton of things. So she doesn't know what angle to come from because where do we start? Is it career? Is it my journey? Is it my lows? Is it my highs? Do I have eyes? Anyway, do I have eyes? Did you hear that? Anyways, there's a ton. But at this moment, this time at 12:40 a.m. on the 26th of October 2023, I feel very good. And I haven't felt this way. I actually feel really good, but I really just feel extra good. And it's because this girl showed up. So the part she's not saying is why she's in my house. I live in London, Ontario, Canada.
Things we show for love.
And this lady ganged up with my husband.
Minister Ola. Some respect on my name. Okay.
Anyways, so my husband had told me. So then I have to put the story. I was summarized in 60 seconds. Right. My husband had told me on Saturday that on Sunday I will be having a guest from Nigeria.
Just what every wife wants to hear.
Just what every wife wants to hear.
Because Nigerian wives are very smart.
And this person is coming all the way from Nigeria.
A man from Nigeria.
A man. This man is a minister of God. Therefore, Day 3 and Day 5, she is a minister. She became a minister by anointing, by prophecy. And they said the person was coming and I had to prepare. Like, who gives people less than 24 hours notice to show up in their house? Like, who does? Guys, who does that, right? Right. And I was torn between, the joy that this person is coming into the country, the fact that I have to prepare. Let's not talk about the feelings I felt. Everybody can imagine. But of course, love won. And I was...
She didn't do it joyfully. There was a form of attitude there.
I got the tude. But love always wins because God wins. What would Jesus do, right? So I had prepared, I'd done what I needed to do as much as I could within the short time. There wasn't much to do. It was really a short time. And Sunday I go to church super early.
Which was the best because nothing gets added to man. Poor guy, if I had a bit more time, I probably would have figured something out. Maybe not Tolani, but I would have... Okay, by the way, I actually already figured out something. Something was off. Yeah. Because I did see the person on a live stream on Saturday morning in Nigeria. Like, is he planning to just jump from there right to the airport? Like, and if you know Lagos, you know that you can't really rush to the airport. You go as in advance. You want to jacket. The guy now will leather jacket. And I said, should in case maybe he's ready. Okay, Lamide, don't do that. Yes, please.
Anyway.
We have international audience.
That was that humbled me. But, anyways, we go to church, come back. My husband goes to the airport to pick this minister. And to make matters worse, their flight got delayed. It was like hours away. Airport's 30 minutes away. Guy was there for like 2-3 hours. So I was like, let me take a short break. So I go to my bedroom, like just breathe before you have to take this in. I didn't take off what I wore to church because if I'd taken it off,
you know how you come in from church,
you come out them. No, like let me wait, be prim and proper. Because if I should remove it, the likelihood of putting it back is slim. Right. So anyways, eventually they show up. No, my husband calls me and says, where am I? I said, I'm upstairs, that I should come down, that he has a delivery and I might need to sign for it. So something like that. Yeah.
Oh, did Diamond come first?
Yes, Diamond came. And I was like, she looked at me. I think she just said, okay, I think that's what she's going to get you.
What if she had said there's a lady at the door?
Well,
I thought you were a delivery girl. So,
yeah,
that's true.
She doesn't know me, so yeah.
Anyway, I opened the door and behold,
she was, guys, you know how she talks.
Now, for the few people that might know me, that might read this, you will understand when she says I'm speechless.
For like 5 minutes. She's like,
that never happens.
She kept feeling like, I feel like I've been harassed.
We will insert a screenshot of my expression.
She felt everything of my body, but except, but she was like,
I felt it too, because I was like,
but this is like something we do, like, because we went to college together. Girls just do that. It's not harassing. It's
really you?
It's you. And then she touched her daughter to be sure that her daughter was her daughter.
It was my daughter that kind of gave me that reset, like, you're still here and you're good.
Sure. She didn't think of it.
I did not see it. I did not. So it's been an interesting week. An interesting, beautiful. There are reunions and there are reunions.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Tolani since
2011.
Jesus Christ.
It's been 12 years.
Jesus Christ.
And between them, we had the 10-year.
And if you remember from the first
10-year freeze.
Haven't seen it. Link.
Yeah. How are you going to link the episode? Not to my assistant. Yeah. And then the one with Lamide too, which was kind of like something and nothing.
Very freestyle something. Just similar to this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's beautiful. I had a good week. Thanks to Tolani, we even visited and reunited with another friend from medical school.
Shout out to this one. And then Chidima as well.
Chidima.
Yeah.
Tolani knows everybody. Obviously.
Yeah. None of this would have been possible without your husband, by the way.
Shout out
to him.
My guy.
Shout out to him. He's such a sweetheart.
Dr. Show, aka Mayo Lala, aka Mayo, aka Mabu, aka my Aristo.
He was like, I give you my wife for a whole week.
He eventually leaves us. Tonight we went out and we just go back.
After all the kids' lunches, he does that anyway because this girl is a princess. She's sports. When you say Nigerian men, have you seen the braids of Nigerian men around here?
It's so loud.
Before they come and stash it, because this one, no, can't even snatch because they are together forever. It's too late. Oh, no. He likes his crazy. This is the version of crazy he likes. Unless you're going to be like that, no, for real.
Allowed us be.
When I reached out to him, guys, so I reached out to him sometime July, August, I was like, okay, you know how we had that friction thinking that we didn't talk for like 10 years? I knew her husband.
I didn't know she survived 10 years without me.
No, I did. I found traits of people I found your traits in different people.
That thinking that Tolani's close friends. My apologies.
You know, this is what I realized.
My apologies.
This is what I realized, Lamide. Almost like how they say you end up dating the same set of people. I just naturally got drawn to people that were like you.
And so the problem was she couldn't find me.
Yeah.
Because I want
God is not a God of wickedness. How can I make sure these people in the world?
I'm a lot. Even for me.
God was like, I just want to add that to. I think God was maybe taking a nap when the angels were making you. And then the person was kind of like, I'm done. I'm just going to dump everything. It's not a mistake. It's like a special, like a special edition. They're like, just put it there. And God just like, one person. They now have to do like root cause analysis. How did this special edition happen?
We just said that.
But you know what I was thinking again? I think one of the things I learned about your being friends with you was just being able to say the truth and own the truth and being intentional. Maybe I've always been like that. Maybe there was a way, I think maybe I had that in me was why I was attracted to you. But over the years, even when we're not talking, but all that to say that, yes, 10 years of that, hitch. And then, so I reached out to her husband. I was like, hey, I got his number. I think you sent me his number.
For something else.
Yeah, I think that was when we all exchanged. You got Taiwo's number? Because Taiwo and Lamide had a special relationship. But Taiwo did that thing.
Taiwo, let's get back. Let's
be friends again.
There should be a song for let's go back how things used. Give me a song. We always sing song for everything.
Can we talk?
I already know his name. But let's go back to can we go back to the way our love was strong?
Can you tell me how a perfect love goes wrong? Ooh. Can somebody tell me how to make things work the way they used to be? Oh God, give me your reason. Tell them that me. Oh, I don't.
Harmonize. Let me just sit here and make me do on this podcast. But I'm liking it. So Taiwo and Lamide had a special relationship, but Taiwo did that thing where his spouses kind of stand and solidarity with their other spouse. I never told him something.
My friend's enemy is my enemy.
Kind of like that. They just told it. I think the awkwardness was also maybe getting. There's a way you could have talked to Taiwo without talking about me. And then maybe he didn't know how to answer something.
Because we became friends because of you anyway.
Yes, but you guys had your thing.
And Taiwo really tried. But I didn't even realize how much he tried until it was
you sent me
emails.
I was like, wow.
On my email, I sent Sibyl, and I'm seeing old emails with Taiwo.
I think he probably saw how miserable it was in the beginning. He tried. So anyways, it was really pandemic when he came on the podcast, when we kind of exchanged numbers. Let me get it. But I mean, there was no way I could have ever called your husband. But then I reached out to him for your birthday present, right? And then he gave some good tips. Very responsive guy. And then I reached out to him again when I knew I was coming to. So I was coming to Canada for work, another province. And every time I come to Canada, then they'll be like, what are you doing here? Are you coming to visit? I'm like, nah, it's too far away. The last time I came, she wanted to send food to me, but that one, she found. So I reached out to her husband, like, by the way, I'm coming in October. I'd like to come spend a few days with you people. And then he said, you're welcome. I said, first, everyone said, hey, it's me, Otolani. Do you remember me? He said, I remember you like I know dollar. I know you like I know dollar. And I was like, Lamide's lingo. Then we started planning. I said, okay, let me know when you book your tickets and finalize your days, and don't worry, we'll take it from there. I even said, I can stay in a hotel because, when I said that, it wasn't like it was almost like, I know I hadn't seen you there, and then that whole distance thing, even though I knew that we're kind of talked, and
our chemistry is still solid.
God. And then during the American thing, just give a person an out because you never know what, and I know we're also kind of moving, so I wasn't sure. Anyways, I was like, if we're all staying in one room, we're all going to stay there together. So, but on my way here, there were a lot of thoughts going through my head. What if it's so weird?
Yeah.
And then it's not just you.
Feel the same.
It wasn't just you. It was also your kids, Like last time I saw this person, she didn't have like 2 people that came out of her hoo-ha. And then she's a mom now and a wife. Blood of God. But it wasn't really. And I think everything just unpaused, so which is kind of nice. But yeah, it's really been a good time with you.
It almost feels like the 10 years never happened. Okay, not almost. Actually, we just kind of pick up. Actually, we didn't pick up where we left off. We don't remember forward.
Yeah, but when we were, I think it's also because we both have that. We're kind of just people that you just acknowledge that it was what it was, and then you move forward. Because we're still trying to talk about what exactly happened. Yeah. Which is weird.
Which is really weird. It's almost like, I feel like...
Because I remember
what I feel like, what I was thinking is I will come back. I think God,
maybe amnesia, maybe.
It's deliberate. The Holy Spirit legit does not want us to...
Because for you to think that this is done, like, it's not malice. And I think that, the friendship has
this might not be a topic she plans to talk about. I was telling her yesterday how...
So she shared that. It's a good one.
It came to my mind, like, Olamide, you know how the devil... I'm trying not to preach or turn this into anything.
Sister, Mr. Allah gives you the okay.
It's not letting that wrong. I was telling her how I was just opening up to her yesterday how that at some, how the devil comes up and reminds you of things and tries to condemn you and whatever, brings maybe sins you've committed, things you've done in the past year to just make you feel unworthy, yada yada. And how the devil had come to me and said, they always say that I don't keep money. So I have a thing. I don't understand. I've always said confidently, factually, I don't understand the concept of malice. Like, someone annoys you, will now not talk, and I see you, I'm now not critic. Like, I've always felt like I'm kind of above that. Whatever is on my head, I say it and I move on. That's what I've always thought. And somehow, I had 10 years of not talking to the... I can imagine how much it didn't register.
I didn't feel like 10 years, 2 months, we started counting.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God. And the devil was bringing it back to my head. And I almost wanted to say, oh my God, I'm a fraud. I've been lying to people all these years. They make only chief CEO of Mali.
But that's what they call him the Yakuza of Brian. But that time, it wasn't just not talking. You did reach out a couple of, and I reached out when your mom passed away. And then
your soul, you know that I'm your soul.
Yeah. I remember exactly where I was. Anyway, so I was in grad school. I was in class late evening when I got I think you were in Canada then. Were you in Canada then?
My mom said that no.
No, you were not in Canada then. But I remember I was in my office. I don't even know how I had it. It was Chiamaka who told me.
Oh yeah. Chiamaka.
I looked at the number. I was like, yeah, let's call her. Like nothing trumps this. Like worst case scenario, she pick up the phone, or she might just answer well. But you were, I don't remember anything standing out particular. So I guess it really went well. I think the lesson here is just not every friendship is salvageable, right? But if the opportunity is to kind of reconcile with somebody, and if I'm not able to remember, because I pride myself in remembering things. And I'm sure she also remembers things. But for one the weirdest. Maybe it's just age.
I know birthdays of people that I went to elementary school, grade school with.
I've seen her on WhatsApp. She's very annoying. As I'm this close to blocking her status on WhatsApp every day. She remembers people's birthdays, their dogs and their cats and their babies and their anniversaries, when they were fired, when they were promoted, when they lost one leg and gained one limb. She remembers all those anniversaries. So she has a good memory. Combined with my memory, you guys know, I tried this memory thing. We still cannot remember the sequence of events. That's the gift God has given us. So I know all that said that, yeah. But it's really been nice. I think one thing that comes to mind is you can't make old friends. And for me, and I'm going to write a post about this, one of the highlights was definitely seeing you and seeing your kids. Like, she's a mom, my goodness, like a whole new level of respect. And she's just a mom, she's a badass mom. Her kids have like personalities. Like, her daughter is just like her. On steroids, like, she's like a twin. Like, since someone gave birth to their twin, it's like looking at, like, they're getting that whiplash of like, how is this possible again? Go back to the analogy of angel dumping some kind of talents and traits. That's her daughter. She's just so cute. But yesterday when we were talking to her, we went to Kitchener, and you were downstairs when we walked up to the Korean restaurant. Uh-huh. I took a picture of you guys from behind. For the first time in a long while, I just felt like a person. Yeah. I didn't feel like a mom or a mom that is trying to be a mom or someone's wife. I felt like a little girl. Well, not like a little girl. Just it brought up like my age of youth or youth of age, whatever that word may be. Like just walking to the mall with friends, and then we took pictures and we're silly, taking pictures by the flowers, and then taking a walk around the park. I feel like we need that sometimes as women, because we wear so many hats between being a professional, a mom, a wife, a sister, a cousin, whatever hat you're wearing. Getting in touch with old friends, taking you back to that recovery point in the past where you didn't have all these responsibilities, and the joy of just being there and just making jokes and just laughing. And, I feel like if I could put that in a bottle and just take it with me, or a little bit of wallflower from Bath and Body Works and just sniff it once in a while. I'd love to do that. It was good.
It's been it's been a week. I still don't know the words.
Yeah.
I don't write like she writes, but I've been thinking that if I had to write.
She's a good talker. She writes. I don't mind these ones.
If I had to write, what words would I use to describe this week? Because of the feeling I feel. If I say I feel free, it implies that maybe I wasn't free before, so you feel like, oh, no, that's not the word because I was never bound. But if I say I was very happy.
It was free.
You were not that before.
It was free.
But it was a mixture of a lot of great things. Most top on that list is gratitude. Thank you, Tolani. And I've said that a few times, and every time I say it, I'm like, oh, I'm going to be emotional and say thank you. But then I'll now be Lamide.
What exactly are you thanking me for?
I thank God.
Yeah.
And this is not cliche. Well, if you think it is, for that one, yeah. This is because you might think, oh, you thought Lamide is Canada, let me come to Canada. Am I the only one in Canada? Really? At the end of the day?
I know people. Let me toot my horn. I know.
And for that idea to have been dropped in your heart and then it became a reality, you did it and you came. You had the vision and you ran with it and brought it to pass.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for not stopping midway. Thank you that there was nothing I did in the middle. Of which you do stop. This is the one friend I can be like, 2 weeks, I'm not in the mood to talk to you and I'm not talking to you. And I come back and in 2 weeks I was like, blah, 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 blah.
Now I feel you.
Rest the 4 minutes voice notes. She said at 20 topics.
I need an out from this relationship.
Like, we need to talk. I hadn't spoken to her in a bit, actually. I'm like, it feels like
4 minutes long.
Part of me that needs to be. It was just 4 minutes, which is not too long.
Yeah,
but
like
in those
topics.
4 minutes, I'm like, we need to catch up on this. So I just quickly highlights now.
And then ran away. Said, I'm done. This is getting too long. You think?
So just being able to be that already. I mean, we exist in different countries and all of that.
Different countries. Planets. It's Canada.
The Canada did this girl. Oh, and she loves Canada. Canada is beautiful.
The place is beautiful.
And she came in the
people.
Beautiful. But this
girl,
too
nice.
She said we're too nice. How is it too nice?
Nice police is your friend in Nigeria. Why are they smiling? Sorry. Claude. Chogulayin.
We're sweet people. I mean, I live here. What do you think? What do you expect?
Exactly.
I walked right into that one, didn't I? Anyways, you're welcome. You're welcome. Day. I'm so grateful to you. I'm so grateful to Maya for just running with it. I'm grateful to him for insisting to stay. I'm grateful.
Yeah.
And I won't lie you. The days I was just looking at her as I was just tired. She'd be cooking. It was not a next time they should tell me before they come. This week, Tolani has allowed me to be me to the point that even the lazy part of me was just, she had already known that I had some other things going on, work and all of that. So I'll just be like,
we had fun now. You took Wednesday. Which cooked for you? I only cooked one time.
Fish curry, chicken curry.
Yeah.
I packed the rest. I'm looking at it right here. Don't judge. Don't do.
Yeah.
And she's taking care of herself. Like,
it's Lamide's house. If not, you just get hungry. Thanks. Just walk around and get bread. And there's ingredients there.
It's like having your sister visit.
Yeah.
That's always.
I don't have sisters, so but I understand.
So you can't relate. No. You don't know what you're missing.
I don't have sisters.
Shout out to Ores, Housin, Damian, and Damla.
I don't have sisters.
When they're visiting, it's like, someone's visiting you and you're like, I'm going on a break. That's what you're thinking.
Lucky you guys.
I'm just on a break. My sister, damn it, I'm saying when disaster come because mommy, I know that you will not cook once. Like, am I mad? I ain't cook. Anyways, so it's kind of been like that, with your family, you don't have to form. You don't have to
just be yourself.
You don't say, I need to impress her. Let me bring out the Christmas China. You don't have to do anything. It's just been like, my sister came visiting. And it's surprising that I've not seen it. Now that I'm saying it, it's not aligned.
Yeah. Because
it's not since 2011. We didn't even talk for the most part of that.
Yeah.
And you came and to me, it's just like,
I think we stopped talking in 2010.
Yeah.
Because
when did you get married?
You came 2011. But 2009, you came to see me when I had my surgery in Chevron. So I think it was 2009, 2010.
It means they were just.
Yeah. I had two things to say. First, thank you to T-Dog, by the way, for holding the fort. Because respect.
Because how else would this have happened?
I know, right? Thank you. Because it was like, how long is your work trip for? 5 days. How long are you going to be in Lamide's for? Just 4 days. Oh, big girl. All right, that's fine.
I mean, everybody knows 4 days is a lot. Like anybody.
With a toddler, and all of the extracurricular
a mom.
She has.
Yeah. And when she's talking to Arife on the phone, I'm like, don't feel guilty.
And to think that I've been gone since 1st week of October. Like, I've been gone for almost a whole month. I barely came back home. I packed my bag twice, like 2 bags. Because I came back home on Sunday morning, taught on Monday, and then I was out Sunday evening, taught on Monday, and I was out on Tuesday. So I'm done. I've been to 5 countries in 2 weeks now. Yeah, I'm going to take...
Had you allowed the travel?
Nah, it sounds very romantic, but your body just kidding. I was going to say something. I think I was also thank you as well. You didn't make it very awkward. I had, on my way here, I was so tired because of sleep and, the whole body clock changing time zones. And then when my flight got delayed from Toronto, I'm like, see you. You be the surpriser. You want to be the surpriser.
You get surprised.
It's just been such a light-hearted time. I feel very, when you go to people's house, you have to be very careful. It didn't even feel like that. I feel like it's like my second home everywhere. And the kids are so
now you know what having sisters visit feels like. This is example.
This is it. No wonder I feel so good.
Just like whatever. Like no airs, nothing. Just go with the flow.
I'll just start stealing your clothes. Is that what they do?
That part.
That's why God knows.
Shout outs to you.
Well, you steal from Ore? Or you take from Ore or Ore?
She takes from me too.
Like but what? What does she take from your attitude?
When we were younger, I would saw some Medilag pictures of like, we're never getting to look so.
Yeah. I was supposed to come and see you last year. I think I was mentioning that to you. But when the stars were not online, I was like, this year I have to. Because I was in Canada in April and I couldn't make it here. I was like, okay.
And I knew she was in Canada, by the way. So
she did. She sent me a boo-boo, by the way. She sent me a boo-boo.
I saw, on Thursday, I just saw on her status. I don't check WhatsApp. I'm changing.
I actually wanted to block you from that status.
I didn't.
Because I didn't want you to even know that I was in Canada.
Fortunately, I knew late because I don't check my WhatsApp as often.
I was like, she will never guess because I didn't want to break my surprise. She will never guess. What's the odds of
because you've gone to Calgary before. Then you people just go to Calgary. You at a conference. Yes, it was official.
Yes.
And I'm like, her birthday just passed. Opportunity to. And I have a friend in Calgary. Shout out to Jasmine, to Faye, and Brown Stingley. Like I just see something in brown. I need things in brown, and she, of course, how you are shipping from Nigeria. She had something. We found something in brown that would work. Exactly what I specifically actually asked for. That's what. So I'm like, before she leaves, let me just give her a birthday present too, because Hamazo Hame are not friends. Okay, sorry, global. That's H factor. Introducing. Anyways, she told me she was leaving the next day. The point is, I really thought she was leaving the next day. I thought she was leaving the Friday. I really thought she was leaving. As in, I'm saying it because I'm realizing I really believed it. Ouch.
How was this?
They barred me.
I technically left the hotel on that Friday too. Actually, no, it was Saturday I left. Stay at my cousin's house. I came on Saturday. Say, this is a white innocent man. God forgive me.
So I knew she was in Canada, but Calgary, if you know Canada, you know that Calgary is an Ontario and not.
It's like a 4-hour trip from Calgary to Toronto. And then Toronto to...
So that's like 1 hour here, 40 something minutes. Drive, let's not talk about the drive, like a whole day's trip.
Yeah, a whole day, yeah.
So when she's in Calgary, I'm not thinking, she's close by. Nah, I'm not deluded. So this was a lot. Thank you, Tolani.
It's okay, so...
Prof Mo!
Mr. Ola, please.
Prof Mo!
Mr. Ola.
Title is plenty.
Mr. Ola, please.
Title is plenty.
Yeah, but yeah, it's nice to see you. It's really nice to see you. Yeah, and I'm very, and even people, everybody was so like, just in Ontario yeah. I just like that we're all doing okay in our respective spaces, and being able to like see people just, because in a different country that we're used to, trying to make life happen and trying to find that steadiness, and that's what a lot of people take for granted. Because it's such a difficult adventure, leaving your home country and the comfort and starting anew. So for those that are just starting anew, here's an encouragement to you. Keep, striving hard and I strongly believe that if you set your ducks in a row, make sure you network very well, use your community, lean into your community, and keep your nose clean. Things will happen greatly for you.
Amen.
Yeah, because
it will.
We had the opportunity to just share our stories of, immigrating to yours was Canada and yours was US. Mine was US. And I was going back to those times. I'm like, is it me that I'm not talking like one motivational speaker like this?
Aspire to perspire.
But then, thank God we're not where we used to be before. Even though there's still a long way to go. But
yeah, there's a long road ahead.
There's a long way to go.
Not where we used to be.
There's a long way to go. But Nigerians are very tenacious people. And I'm so proud of every Nigerian or immigrant listening to this, doing their best to put food on the table and, put clothes on their families' back. Like, man, you all are doing the best, and kudos to everyone. Shout out.
And it gets better. I'm not even...
It does get better.
You don't give up, because if you give up, nothing is going to happen, right?
Wait. What else is on the list? So when I come to Oklahoma, so one thing about Lamide is this. I told her.
Which is one thing about me. I have no idea which one of it is coming. So
as you guys know, there's several things about this.
That's not even the point. Like, one thing about Lamide, I'm like, oh my God. So quickly.
I like her kids, which is kind of, I like kids-ish. But here's the thing.
She likes me.
I'm very particular about, I don't want to sound like a teenager. I love my daughter, and then other people's kids, if I don't have a relationship with you, it's kind of hard. It's kind of like, but I like our kids. Like, we have conversations. We have stimulating conversations. Sometimes, like, I'm talking to Lamide Light. Sometimes, like, Lamide Pro Max, And I'm like, this could be a thing. We could, And I realized that New York to their house is Niagara Park. It's not too far away. I'm like, let's do a retreat. And Lamide gave me that lazy look of, you're looking for someone that will globetrotting to.
I don't like New York. It's the New York specific. I can do Detroit. I can do anywhere. If it's to see you, I will cross the oceans for you. I will go and bring you the moon. I will be your hero, your friend, everything you need. I will be the sun in your sky. I will let you wait for a time. Promise you. For you, I will. I will do whatever.
We're like showing our age right now. It's funny how you don't remember the songs, but when you start singing,
that's just because I'm like, I'm going to sing nonsense now.
Like a lyric catcher. She's like a Shazam before Shazam became a thing. Anyways, yeah, let's do family vacation.
Yeah, I'm like New York. Oh no, don't start.
Oklahoma. What part of New York have you been? New York have you been?
No.
Have you entered New York?
Nope.
Are you kidding me?
And don't plan to. Well, Diamond wants to, so I know I'll go. We have something.
So we can leave you behind and just take Diamond. And my one.
You going away from me, so.
There's New Jersey. It's actually quite good as a tourist place. And Christmas in New York is like, whew. Do you miss the Christmas in Nigeria?
Oh, yes.
In the US, New York is where you can get at least a little bit of it. Nothing beats Christmas in Nigeria, for sure.
But for me, it's more family.
What do my family? The people that you did it with?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
And there's something in the air in Nigerian Christmas.
There's just something.
So you know how wherever you stay now, you know how when it's like beginning of December, when any store you enter, you're hearing, I don't wanna love
Mariah Carey.
There is just, you go, it's the most wonderful time of the year. That's our song in Nigeria. That don't also point. What's that? It's like
and then the rice.
There's something about it. It's
everywhere.
And then you now spend it with family again. So it's
and it's not even having a lot though. It's not about having plentiful.
Absolutely nothing to do with things.
It was the people.
What's it
going? Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah.
I think it's just the immigrant life, man.
You're trying to make it work. At least now I'm beginning to have a Christmas tradition of sorts.
What's that a tradition?
It's not a tradition per se. I never really did all the gifts under the tree. I still don't do it because I'm one of those moms that told my kids that there's no Santa Claus.
At what age? Serial killer?
Some years ago.
Oh, good God.
But I'm not still their friends. But I was living in La La Land. Jesus is the reason for the season.
Amen.
We've westernized and commercialized Christmas. The purpose of Christmas is not gifts. They say it's because the 3 wise men gave Jesus gifts. Give Jesus gifts.
But we're Jesus.
Many Jesus.
Yeah, but it wasn't just on earth.
I know. So we do gifts. So my point is, we do. Well, for here now, what I've been doing is I have a family that we spend Christmas together every year now. That's actually the tradition part.
Yeah.
We cook different things. I cook, of course, everybody cooks, but like I do, like you would do back home. We cook not that volume because you don't know Lamide. Feed the whole street. But anyway, just for another day. So we have that. At least we get to do like a family cozy dinner. I actually trust me, I know you don't. I actually have Christmas runners that I actually set up for Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah, even me, I'm surprised that's me. So that is exciting to do. Even though they know there's no Santa Claus, I still do the gift under the tree. I do those things, but it's mommy that puts it there.
And do they have wish lists?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So they know this year, for instance, they have, let me not put that out there. But I'm hoping to raise people that are not things conscious children. So this year, they're trying to go for activities, donations they'll choose the cause they want to donate to for Christmas and stuff.
Yes.
So we're doing that. So they're trying to decide which and what, and then the one thing that we get, because we get only one thing. Like I'm just trying to, you're excited about Christmas, and I realize that the reason is just because
of the gift. Maybe. Yeah,
so I'm just trying to.
Even as growing up, it wasn't about the gifts. It was more about
that was about the food, the holidays, the clothes. Everybody that is always at work will probably be around.
It was the package, the bangers, and all that it did. The fireworks. Bangers is fireworks. We don't have but sometimes we're always traveling around Christmas. We're never home for Christmas. Figures. And then, but when we had every fair. For the first year, we decided, let's get these tree people get. So we got trees. And then we started doing the thing of just getting, we make and I'm collecting them now, little Christmas ornaments.
Oh, wow.
So one year was angels, which was our way of just connecting to her foster story.
Mm-hmm. And
then last year was like porcelain shoes. This year will be like a theme. So we're gathering Christian ornaments to share her story. She's really the reason why I'm setting ground, traditions for Christmas.
You started early.
Yeah. And then I don't like cooking Christmas. We've had Christmas parties with our friends. Last year we did a potluck of some sort, and then we played games.
That's nice.
Yeah. This year I might invite some people as well.
So you're not traveling this year either?
Not yet. We're traveling to South Carolina. We're going to Myrtle Beach. But we might be back home because we're flying in and taking a road trip back.
Oh, nice.
I want to see some of the South. But she's going to be with us. So I might come back home in time. I think living in Nigeria and coming here, I feel like my roots are not very solid as far as... But for her, we're trying to make traditions because we want her to be able to, as well as spending time with our community and, sharing a meal and sitting down and just laughing and playing and exposing her to different cultures.
Very important.
That's really my goal.
You're a good mom. You started early. When my kids were young, I didn't do all these things. Also, when they were older before I started doing anything.
But you're in Nigeria then now.
In Nigeria, you pay someone to cook.
Exactly. So what I say?
No, the first few years after Nigeria, my husband is a surgeon. Was Christmas was hopefully you'll be available. So it was our first couple of days we get to. Both of us, we have nothing to do. Yes, I have plenty of things.
How many years?
I'm always doing plenty of things at every time tea, right?
How many years for you guys that having kids?
18 months. So the first...
Lucky ovaries.
And even...
Get out. I can make that joke.
I can laugh at that joke. I can't make it.
Nobody else should make that joke around me. I will bite you. You're not allowed to laugh at that.
My God.
The only people maybe I already.
I think it was when she was was she 4 or 5? She was now, and she knew a lot of things early, but still I'm I can't be burdened because once I start, I knew I wasn't going to stop. So I didn't start. So a few years, I'll just with anything. If it's Gary, you can drink. I'm not going to cook. I'm not going to do anything. Christmas was the day to be together for us. So we don't visit, we don't do anything. When he's around, when he was still around. And when, even while he was around, he wasn't always around.
By around, because he used to travel a lot for work and all that.
And he was we just will be, but eventually when they now got a little older, we're okay, let's start this. Then we started with the Christmas trees and all of that.
The dynamic is different, though.
Yeah.
We did all of that before, the whole residency, traveling away. Yeah. A child kind of makes you more. And I feel like having a child for me has made me, even though people think that I'm always about, even when I travel for so long, there's a part of my heart that stays with her. I really wish I could be home with her, right? But imagine if I didn't have her, I'd probably be on the road more than this. So yeah.
Thank you, Lord.
That's it. There's a way. And then every time I go back, like when I went back
through you, when I'm seeing all your people, like, I live through. I've been there, like, I've been there. Oh, you have? No, my friend has been. I'm like,
it's hard though. Because every time I see her, and she's like, she's grown taller, she's learned new vocabularies.
And you feel like you missed that.
And I'm almost like, she's slowly, you want your child to kind of like, get away from your apron strings and fly out in the world. But I feel like I'm seeing it happening, and it's so soon, you know. Even when I was leaving for this trip, she woke up early as if she knew. She was following me around with her blanket. Mommy. And I always tell her when I'm traveling, say, Mommy, don't go. I want to go with you. And then in the morning of, I sat her down. Mommy's going to, my cab is coming, but you're going to be okay. All right, Mommy. She gave me a kiss, and she saw me if I gave her a bye-bye, Mommy. She's doing better with, letting go. But I know it's not easy, man.
It's tougher on you, for sure.
Yeah, I cried in Calgary because I was just thinking about her, like,
oh my God.
But I can't wait to give her a hug. Like, she makes coming, I love my husband, don't get me wrong. And she really say, but.
Exactly.
Love you, baby. And she makes coming home,
even more,
yes. And I think that's the beauty of just having somebody else. Yeah. And it's funny how, this is my path, and I feel very.
And out of all of us, I won't even have thought she was one that didn't even like kids like that. We have a friend, a mutual friend. Okay, that's
mature friend.
Slang for
mature friend. I would just be yourself. At this rate, you can't even
translate or interpret. That's kids, and that one is now a mom now, being all kinny. It is all. I'm looking at that one at you.
That's so cute.
It's amazing how things. Oh my God,
cute. It's the cheeks, it's the face. I see him and I see Chiamaka and Yemi at the same time.
He's going to be naughty.
Yeah, no, he's already naughty according to her. But the apple won't fall far from the tree now.
Yemi is a gentleman.
Is he gentle?
Yemi is gentle.
It's like saying my wife is gentle. Why is gentlemen like crazy girls? Look at Taiwo, look at Yemi, look at Myra.
What man?
I say, doesn't God have like a sense of humor?
Ouch.
But they like that. That's I say badu.
Well, no, all right, correct inside one though.
Inside of them, they want someone kinky and someone crazy. They like drama.
Kinky in Jesus' name. I don't know what you're talking about.
Kinky. Yeah, it's
kinky braids.
Like kinky, I mean spunky.
No, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I even talked about your faith. I'm a good friend, though. Sometimes I'm shocking myself. I'm looking at this list and I'm like, oh my nice, oh my good.
What was the question about the faith, sir? Since we're not even allowed to listen to your voice notes.
No, if it's me asking you, I probably was just saying, how's your faith?
It's just there.
And how's your walk with God? I'll probably because we do a lot of check-ins, we're doing mental health check-ins, we're doing, the cocoa of the cocoa is your spiritual health. I'm in
a suspended oblivion state of faith. Like, I can never stop doubting God, but at this point,
rephrase.
I can never stop doubting God.
Stop doubting God, or you can never doubt God.
Stop doubting God.
Okay.
I can never.
Stop doubting. So you're always doubting God.
I can never. Hold on. I can never start doubting God. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ. I'm like, it took me like a hot second.
I'm like, nope. I know that ain't what you mean, girl.
I can never start doubting God, right? Because it's like 3 negative. That means a negative for sure. I can never start doubting God. I've felt, the presence of the Holy Spirit. So I know for sure there has to be a higher power. One thing I've come to realize is the impact of compounded grief and how if you don't tackle some things, they might shake you. And because of so many things I do and so many roles I play, I'm not able to sit down and grieve for long. And grieving for long for me puts me in a state of deep depression. Nothing gets done. And so I've learned to just cry, and then move on. But that sometimes feels very horrid. So right now, I read my Bible and I pray for others, but I don't pray for myself anymore. Because it just feels like...
She doesn't realize how exactly you should pray for yourself. But I'm going to jump on something here before I forget, because my brain is great. And it is 2 a.m. Past 1.
Yeah, we need to be with that.
Hey, hold on. What's the time difference? I'm looking at
1 hour.
Oh, I think I reset the time on my phone.
Good God.
So,
how come your phone has 10:04?
No, don't worry. It's not my phone. I did something. I didn't put that on air. It's 1:23. Anyways, so you said, I'm not able to grieve for long. That's you putting grief in a box. That's you assuming that there's a way to grieve. Just saying that brings up so many things in my head. I'm able to, I wish I could grieve for long, or I can't grieve for long, or there's no definitive, first of all, length or way or whatever. Yeah. So when you say that specifically, what does that mean to Tolan?
It's not really the time continuum thing. It's more of just saying to the very end. Because, okay, let's take for example, the last grief I had, or not like last grief, because grief is just always there. Well, not always there. I don't want to sound like someone that's always in grief. But the last, because I see grief like a messenger. I can't go back me up in this, because we kind of had a conversation about this. You have your role to play as a mom, as a wife, everything else. I can't just be the mopey side professor teaching my students and burst into tears. You enter a performance mode. So learn to compartmentalize my life. But in those little spaces where nobody's there, no one needs me, there's no mommy, there's no babe, can you help me with this? And I'm by myself, I'm able to take those moments. But I feel like ideally I need like a whole week or 2 weeks to just sit by my thought and see it through. But I never get that. Maybe that's how grief should be. Because there's no like timetable for it. Like, hey, I want to break up these 3 hours to give. And I feel like over the years, what makes this one different is that now I have a daughter. A 4-year-old requires you need to supervise their feeding, their bathing, their sleeping, their napping, their reading, their playtime. You're switching back to mom mode. Yeah.
Activated.
So that's what I mean. Like, I feel like there's so many things that get stuck in my grief. It's not like I'm suspending it or I'm trying to avoid it. I just don't have the luxury of time anymore. But I remember one time just holding her and just like, can I give you a hug? And she was like, and I just started crying. She's like, Mommy, you sad? I'm like, yes. And she wiped my eyes. And that was okay. Even though she really didn't understand why I was crying. Because, how do you explain to a child? Kind of stuff. So, yeah. That's what I mean by that.
Mm-hmm. Let's not talk about grief. I'm not trying to walk away from that topic, but that
walk away.
That's a 10-day conversation for me.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I
know, because you have yourself. Yeah.
It's grief will humble you.
Oh yeah.
Grief is not your mate.
It don't. You really don't.
So don't. Yeah. But yeah, I get it. But so how we got to talk about grief is we were talking about, I was just looking at this list and wondering, Christianity, and how I had just called that out. So we went from your current suspension of your faith, which I don't know if you want to explore, to grief being linked to that, like grief being a result of grief or being on the path of grief.
Talk about it, because first thing, I'm not faithless. I'm just having less of faith. I don't know how to mix. When it comes to, I have faith for other people.
How did we measure it? Faithometer. I'm just sorry. I can't help it. I don't do serious for long. Hence me, YouTube career. How? So
like I still pray for people. I still, intercede on behalf of other people. But just feels...
And she does that spontaneously, by the way. We were just talking yesterday about something, and she said, let's pray for her. And she goes, Father, in Jesus' name. I'm like...
Yeah, when I talk about maybe friends going through issues, and I wanted to, I don't like indulging in small talks about people, especially when it's not constructive. They're not trying to fix a problem. So I put something in the jacket, like, but let's pray for this person. Because, I'm worried about them, what their state of health might be. What's worry going to do? Nothing. So let's pray for them, yeah. And I learned that from my other friend, Bimpe, by the way. So I'm not going to take credit for that.
Okay.
For me, we haven't talked for a long time.
I'm just go.
It's not like I don't have faith. I feel like when you've had issues happen in a chronic manner, there's always cynicism to set in, and this is for me is a sign that I'm still in grief. Like, cynicism is strong with this one. But I've been in a spot where I wasn't even praying or reading my Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I still get joy from reading my Bible. I just feel like right now, myself and God were on a, like, what the heck is going on? Like, what the heck, dude? That's that phase, which is still some form of conversation. And I think it's faith enough that you're able to have that conversation with God. Like, I don't like what you're doing right now. You got to explain to me. I need to see this big plan you have because it's not making sense. So it's still
make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Like how? Why?
So it's still a faith conversation. It's just not the lovey-dovey dance around the pansy field kind of good.
And those of you that have that, it's good too.
No judgment.
Good.
God's
glad for you.
But I just don't have that luxury right now, and it's just what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the good thing too, there's something I think I mentioned that to you. I was just saying that I was laughing at her on what your default state is. I don't know if anybody else has that, but I've been talking about this. I feel like it's something I've talked about so much since med school, and anybody that has known me will roll their eyes like, not again. But your default state, I don't know, for those of us that use Nokia 3310, you know how, sorry, I don't know if these phones have like, you know, they say restore factory, it's so traditional, then it was default. Nokia would just be like, default setting. Don't even the default to restore, just do it. So it's like, right out of the box, right? The product or the phone, in this case, comes and has default settings. Then you get it, you begin to customize, you begin to brand how it suits you, the ringtone you want. But when it comes right down to it, if you restore default settings, your ringtone will be pa-na-na-na, pa-na-na-na, pa-na-na-na. High phone generation. That'll be a factory setting. You know, that kind of thing. So I'm like, with us as believers or as whatever, as a human being, whatever, you just have your default such that when they now take you, they strip you of everything, what becomes of you? What's your default, right? And I kind of felt at the time that my journey with God was, so my default in year 1 is not the same as my default in year 3. The default of Nokia 3310 is not the same thing as when they now brought photochromic phone. There was just one kind of ringtone that if you now had that kind of phone, you're like, big boy. You know, after a while, you could actually put songs. After a while, you could. So even even the default of those of technology has changed. It has evolved over the years. And I feel like as a child of God, your default, like when we strip you, if life comes and slaps you right, left, and center, and you feel like this God, I'm not doing again. What is left?
What's left?
You know, so I used to say that default setting, first of all, it used to pay me at a point when I realized that even my default setting can now. So I feel my point to this is, I understand what I mean by you can never start doubting God. You got to a point where your default is so solid, but it doesn't shake off how you feel. It doesn't shake off what is going on.
I didn't think of it that way, but thanks for this.
No, it doesn't shake off anything. Why do you think you know that? God, I know you exist. I know you're good. I know you're perfect. I know you're real. However, come and make this make sense. You know, that is because at the center of it all, you know. If you know, you know.
And for me, it was an encounter. Like, it can't be shared with somebody. There's nothing anyone can tell me to doubt the existence of God, because I have encountered it, and it's still as clear as it was yesterday. And when you have those it was a corporal feeling, corporal experience for me, and it was even visible by those that were beside me. So I knew, and I've seen God moving in so many ways. Even some mountains, I feel like they can't be moved yet, but I've seen Him move other mountains
in different ways. I have tasted of Your power, Jesus. You are too real.
Is that mercy?
You are a great God. In different ways, we have tasted of Your power. Jesus, You are too real. You are a great God. I get what you mean. Like you know, but it doesn't. I'm sorry, it doesn't still mean that what's going on is not going on, because it's going on, right?
The math is not math.
It's not math indeed, but and it's okay. The good thing is that's the beautiful thing. If you have Christ, putting it out there, you're missing.
I just wonder how people don't have Christ.
I genuinely feel.
Think about it.
You're trying to do Tolani minus Christ, right?
Yes.
It's I don't know. And this is not even, and you know now, you know your guy, you know your girl, you know your prof.
I don't know how people do it.
So we're not trying to, I'm just saying.
I mean, this is Christ, though. Look how I did.
Look how I did. You know,
now imagine without.
See, it is just an invitation anyway. Christ is, you need it, hope. And nobody say, that was pidgin English.
It's fine, I was the conversion.
Nobody say, oh, hope, we vague. That kind of thing.
Hope.
It's solid. It is
very solid.
Nobody say everything go pure. It just means say, as things no pure. You know, they don't. You get solid backup.
There's backup. You get backing.
I get back, you know. I walk with God the Father, walk with God the Son, walk with God the Spirit. All of them join. We get back, you know. Don't mind me, I sing everything. By the way, and when I say I sing everything, it's not even in a cool way like this. This is big cool.
Yes.
What, Olan?
I want you guys ahead of time.
So really, and I know a lot of this will not make it in there. I mean, this is just a long random conversation, but
of nothing and everything.
Yeah, but to be honest, and I've been saying that the next time it's them come and be serious, because I'm sure everybody listening to this like, again, I'm not always on serious and nothing and everything podcast. So I'll come and do a serious topic. I'll talk about the globalization of global warming.
But you know what? That was one thing. Even in the midst of grief, there's also so much. For me, one thing I experienced was grief. For the grief was also joy in unexpected places. And I think that's the dichotomy of life. You cannot, there's always going to be joy, but for you to understand the weight of joy, you have to have something that is almost like oppositional to it to appreciate what joy is like. And so wherever I can find it, not like I'm always trying to like, where's the joy? Wherever it comes from, just take it in. And there's been grace. I won't lie. Even in the midst of this darkness, there's been a lot of grace. There's been a lot of reassurance because it's very comfortable to just be in this grief. I won't lie to you. It's very comfortable because there's anger, there's sadness, there's so much like, that wretchedness, which feels very familiar as a human being because at the very least we're still flesh. But yeah, all that to say, God is good. Even though we're beefing right now, He's still good.
But yeah. Next topic. So the next topic was...
I think we're done. Aren't we? Oh, which one?
We've not even started.
Oh, really? Okay. What's the next one?
That's true. Somehow we've kind of been talking about all of this. Well, so I was asking this one. I'm going to put you on the spot before I say anything more serious. I feel like we're talking about so many serious things. I don't. Yeah, whatever.
All right, go ahead.
Well-being of the podcast. The fact that is it Hawa? Well-being. Thanks for the summary. Don't push well-being. I was asking for an update. It was very specific. We talked, you had a podcast with Binkwe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shonde, right? Shonde.
Yeah.
You know Shonde, right?
Oh, Shonde. Oh, yeah.
Shonde from Youth, Dr. Shonde. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, we had, when we did, okay, was it an episode with Binkwe when you did what did you do for the anniversary? No, it was the anniversary. Was it a Zoom call? It was on the anniversary Zoom. So you had talked about next steps for the podcast and how you were going to have, I don't want to call it premium, but you're going to have subscriptions. You're going to have paid subscriptions, like groups. Take it a notch higher in terms of networking from subscribers. Subscriptions. Subscribers. You were going to... We'll also talk about what she's doing for her birthday, by the way. I know she might do that in a different podcast, or if she already has, but
talk about that.
That's exciting. Yes.
Thank you for reminding me.
I know. What would you do without me? 10 years. How did you cope? So, and I'm like, when are we doing it?
It started actually.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand. Missed the memo.
It's in stages. I started a club.
Sorry, we also talking about a YouTube channel. I'm just...
Just so you know, and the ones I remember off my head.
Okay, yeah.
But so all those things we have talked about, which was next step.
Yeah.
So which one have we taken?
So started with the club. It started with actually started with a book club, which was last month, and we have another meeting this Saturday as well. And from that,
I was not invited to the cookout.
Excuse you.
I'm just hearing this. If I didn't ask, I wouldn't have known.
Excuse you. And Nimi was sent out to all the subscribers. Are you subscribed to the show? Or just catch it on WhatsApp?
I don't catch it. She throws it at me. Let's not make it sound so.
The book, come as you are.
She throws it at me.
Come as you are.
Every time there's a new episode, there are 12 messages. 12. 5 images or 6. Text, summary, synopsis, link.
How does that? Is that overwhelming? I've actually stopped doing that, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to ask. Actually, that hasn't come this last.
I've not done that in like 2 months.
Since then,
I just felt like it was. If anyone
so
by now,
I didn't need to catch the episode and was up. It came to me. It was thrown at me. So I thought that was the subscription.
No, I've stopped doing the podcast on WhatsApp because I feel like by now, if you want to listen to the podcast, you should know where to listen from. And I also posted on my WhatsApp status. So, anyways, all that to say that I'm doing it in phases. I know there's value definitely in what is being provided, and I know people who really need this networking, but I'm still trying to find a way to scale it up to the part where it can run on its own and have, because even from the book clubs that the meetings we'll be having, the conversations have been very mind-blowing. And
what book are you reading now?
This time around, we're doing the Joy Luck Club, which is a coming-of-age story about 4 immigrant women in the US and their children, and then just talking about our lives, as moms, and then as immigrants, and then that daughter-mom dynamic. Because some people might have motherly wounds, whatever. Yeah. So mommy wounds or mommy injuries, whatever. So yeah. But thanks for that. Thanks for bringing this up again. I think I'm having a meeting with also some brand magnifiers. So if you listen to this, if she's going to listen to this, take those notes. On how to also increase the optimization, like branding for the podcast. There's a lot of and then of course the current fundraising for the fertility, that also has a component of support groups, which I hope that it's gonna blossom into where women like me, African women, or whatever country where they don't like talking about things, can find a space where they can have someone to share what they're going through and get that kind of support. So yeah, unfortunately, this is my full-time job. I work a full-time job to afford this hobby of mine. So it's gonna happen. It's just at a slower pace. Yeah.
So do you have a more Sibyl channel already?
Yeah, I have a channel on YouTube. I just don't promote it as much. So every of our episode actually goes to that channel. Audio or the video version? It's an audio, but it has a fly on the background. You can tell I'm scared. Yeah. Yeah, but this is definitely going on the video. And then we have about 92 subscribers. I don't really promote the YouTube because I'm not very video inclined.
I need to follow you on social media. Am I following you on social media? I'm on there, meaning I have accounts. But that's about it. I'm trying to keep this light, you can tell. Why am I saying this as if it's an interview? I'm trying to keep it light for many reasons. First of all, I feel like I'm not operating at my maximum. I'm not well optimized. Just because of how everything has been, and also because Tolani has a flight in a few hours.
This is a plan that can make me late.
God answers prayers.
But God, I rebuke you. This is our flight.
How long is the flight from Toronto?
It's 3.5 hours.
So you can't really sleep on the flight, safe.
I don't really sleep on flights like that.
Try.
Yeah.
So there was respecting boundaries on the list, and
you remember when you said that?
I remembered.
You're like, okay, here's why I want this right here. One of the love languages is important. It really doesn't cut it from me to your put down. It's wrong. Like you just say, blah, 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 4 minutes longer, then bye. She's done. See you next year. Happy New Year in advance. So I know that one of your love languages is, and for me, I say friendship like circles, right? Concentric circles. You have I've said it many times, probably very annoying to hear on the podcast again. You have your inner circle and then the outer one and then all circles. So like people that I really want in my inner circle, there's a depth that I require and it's just my personality type.
Invite us, pay us to be in deep.
And I know that not everybody wants to go deep. And that's okay. If you're not going deep, guess what? There's another circle outward. Let's just resume.
There's a place for you.
It's not hard. So I think coming here was also a way, because I know you will say things like, I don't want to intrude.
Oh, no. So what I said, I don't think I said I don't want to intrude.
I don't want to, am I coming up strongly? Lamide is I intrude. I don't want to intrude.
Well, maybe it's not you. Maybe feel like maybe I sent message to more than one person.
It be you. Did you mistake me for somebody else?
No.
The name is Mr. Laughing.
So the thing is, so much has changed in the world, right? A lot has changed. Mm-hmm. I'm saying that again, I thought that so much has changed. And I will borrow a word a few times this weekend, quite traditional. I own being old school. I'm old school. And I'm not, so these days there's this, and I'm not even, it's not a Gen Z or anything kind of thing. People like, I'm not saying there were never boundaries. I think there've always been boundaries. I don't even think the lines were very gray. But people are calling it out more. You know, now everybody has opinion. Everybody knows what to say. Everybody can speak. And so people do like the boundaries. There's some things you shouldn't do. There's so many rules that I can't keep up with. The kind of friend, like she said, I can't cut corners. I can't be filtering. I don't really have filters like that. So if I have to do that, there's already that barrier. We can't really be. So I think I thought that what I was saying, which is what I'm saying, I don't know if it was what I said to someone else, is because I've said it quite a bit recently. If it's okay for you to call, you can say it to me. I now know it exists. So if you're telling me that I would rather not talk about this, it's okay. What I want to hear it. My friend's not for you to understand why. It's not FYI. I'm not an FYI friend.
Yeah.
So fortunately, I know that this is understood. So I want to know, but I'm like, so I put all these boundary things out there, like, in case you are now in the boundary category, it's okay to tell me that, I don't want to talk about this, or I don't want to talk about this now. I don't want to talk about this with you. I don't want to, whatever it is, it's okay. So I'm like, sometimes I'm like, hey, Lamide, so, which is a problem. Now that I think, if I'm really talking to you and I'm thinking, should I pass this boundary? Then already, me too, I'm even in my own head.
You're making it more awkward.
Creating boundaries.
Exactly. And again, I feel like you've been using that a lot more. So I wanted to be sure it was two things. It was just, don't give yourself the credit quiet. I'm about to burst your bubble. I wasn't sure it was maybe because of the whole distance, physical and just the 10-year thing. Or maybe you just trying to be all woke about, I want to
respect the woke people. Maybe it's me thinking.
Why do you think I'm woke? No, I feel, this is why. This is why it was very impressive for me to visit you, so that you can stop that. No.
I should be doing crazy things.
Stop. No, Wole.
I'll also give you reset.
How many particulars for can we make? I did say we said Jesus is coming because we already used our shots. We only had one bullet in the chamber.
So no. I think it will be more of the 10-year gap.
I think so too, because
I think that
people is it's okay if you don't want to talk about it. I'm like, no, Shelley.
This means I'm like, Stolan. I'll say this.
Like, I'm being careful. You're being careful.
Part of me, I'm like, should I be careful?
Yeah. Why are you being careful? That's not you. We know you're very reckless.
But then when next I text him, like, I really don't send you. Like, those things might have never happened. But the next I'm also like, hey, what if? Because all the serious things, or even unserious, whatever has happened in Tolani's life in that period, I didn't know. I wasn't a part of it, right? So also knowing the kind of person I am, that is a thing I am dealing with. Like, ouch.
Yeah.
I feel like the good thing is there's no one person. Same way they say there's not one person for spouse, husband. There's no one friend for one person. One friend go 10 call.
Even with friends, when you're only my friend, no. This girl was all over the streets. Lamide will be with you like you're the only person in the world. Ashe, she had, so again.
Everyone that let's focus.
Because you're about Demola before Demola was a team.
It's not that I'm with you. Yeah, everybody in the world. The person is not.
Love the one she's with.
This part comes out. Put in the comments.
There's so much intensity.
Different things in the world.
Yeah, we think, this is my best friend. That's my best friend. What's your best friend's name? But not Lamide, Claude. Lamide, what? Is that middle name D for Demola? Shogulaye. Is this what the battle?
But really, I think it's that. And I also now feel like, we shouldn't be like, what if she's now woke and I don't know?
I think I'm woke.
But the next minute, I'm like, I don't send her if she's woke. Then I'm like, I don't. When I was asking you, when I was wondering what is woke now.
I think maybe in this context, it's meaning like maybe I've become like, snowflakes, like, I don't want to talk about it. It's going to trigger me, That's pretty much it.
No, I don't think I've done anything to upset you.
No, I haven't done it. I'm right here in front of you. You haven't done anything.
And neither have you done
anything. The only thing that upsets me is just how you touch and go.
Call me. What's the meaning of touch and go? Let me understand it so I know what I need to fix.
You know that thing that Lamide does?
Oh my God, I can't do.
Yeah, the female. You're the female version.
The female version.
Yeah, like the female light. Yeah, the female light of
Lamide.
A female light. They're like an ill. That's how you called me my way from when I was coming home. Say you're gonna call me back. You never called me back. You ghosted me.
Shall I video call?
Yes.
Let's say I'll call you back.
Yes. You ghosted me. And then...
Please, I hope nobody I know is in my current life is listening to this.
I'm sure they can back me up.
Be like,
So, when you are picking up on Lamide,
you to get views.
I'm going to make her go viral. Our this segment should use for the videogram.
Nope.
Who's paying your salary?
I'm
just kidding. Not kidding.
Okay, not.
So when you pick on Lamide for doing it, you're like the light version of it. I'm just wondering.
Micro lights.
Just like calling lights. I'm not gonna lie.
Send it to a spin of
It's a touch and go thing. That's why I say you cannot be too hard on Lamide. I'm okay with both of you.
I'm hard on him.
Why? Is he talking about him like he's an adopted son?
He's my baby boo.
He's an awesome person.
I know. I was talking about him. This is sorry.
All I'm saying that you have your own traits, and I'm the person here that has part of you.
Okay, so let's
still in this relationship.
Give a very practical touch and saying I will call you back and not calling you back. I don't think it's something. Fam, this is come back and doesn't call me back. That won't be the issue. And this issue is that there is something solid going on and you ghost. Going on maybe either side or both, or maybe one or the other. That's where your middle is. It's in the middle of a storm.
That's why I call yours like
that. He ghosts. So me just saying, which is the call was very long ago.
How long?
I don't know, but we're on the phone for a bit.
No wonder I said I need 90 minutes with you.
When you were driving there, sometimes I see half your face, sometimes I'll not say half your face. When you were driving back.
Hey, but you said you're going to call back. That's just the thing. We're done. It's funny how you remember the story separately. We're done. And then you're not
maybe the fact that I said I would call you back and I didn't. But I'm just related, don't mind me, I'm stuck on the Lamide parts. Like, maybe we're just having it wasn't a definite conversation, we're just.
But there's a difference between light and the true version. So, I'm not saying you're quite like Lamide. Again,
you were gisting, and then I'm like, you're returning back. Okay, come on, later.
And it's kind of weird because you help me understand this part. Like, whatever you can get from people as far as friends, that's what you can get from them. Don't ask for more than. How can you be preaching one message to me and then you're living something else?
The problem with you is you suddenly. You were not like this 10 years ago.
What did I do?
We need to do a degrade, not a do upgrade. Reset.
What did I suddenly what?
The factory set. You want more.
I always want more. I want depth with my friends. Like people, like not all my friends.
You have this new thing. We need to talk about that because
what's that?
Maybe that's one partly why I hinted you earlier today or maybe yesterday. That's why sometimes I don't call you. That's out. But because we are the same, this is weird. We both. I know where she's coming from because that's exactly what we do too, right? And just because you're just joining and there's a reason I'm wearing this cap.
why would a woman be wearing this cap at
in a house
2 a.m.?
Yeah.
There's only one reason. So that's the reason. Got it. Holding things together. Hold.
Coffers of
Thank you, Lord.
Woman hates
Things.
good like hair. Abominations.
I'm getting uncomfortable with it. Like, I feel like putting I don't wear wigs. I can't stand wigs.
Yeah.
So I'm very comfortable. I've worn it this evening. Anyway, that's irrelevant. How I remove this?
How I let it stay. You just can almost like, this is not going to be like a regular episode where there's like questions that are concrete. It's like you just dropping into two people's crazy minds. So you're welcome.
Yeah, crazy Jesus.
Yeah, we're crazy for Jesus like that. One more than the other person. Because right now, more.
So yeah. And the touch and go is not deliberate. So
I'm not saying.
No, I'm just saying out there for anybody to, not for me, like just generally, like there will be something. In my case, I'm not gonna be like this, and I don't like my reputation getting because I was telling someone that how I'm keeping in touch here. Like I will be down in touch.
But I know it's got every some ways, like extra layers, do's and don'ts of ways.
Yeah, just put into perspective. I don't like that I make these things.
You need to.
So it's like if you got some so.
Yeah, just keeping in touch, girl.
Yeah, but suddenly I feel like I'm tired.
Life has one brother.
There's just a lot going on at the same time, and it's this hard work. But we're trying. We're trying. So sometimes, to be honest, the goodness. I don't have a list. It's not actually a list. Like I said, a ton of our lists are mental. She might be more nice about writing things down. I'm not. But and I will eventually get to everybody. It's just taking longer than I planned.
Eventually.
We tell like 10 people that have called you, and you can you call one really? Because again, we are intense people. We're not trying to have very shallow, hi, what's up, G, go, come and go. We don't do none of that.
Ain't about that life.
So it's quality time when it happens. The only question is that when cannot put that. And the thing is, I'm pumping up. I was telling her things I'm going. She's only like I would leave. So we'll talk about this touch and go thing later. We still need to explore this.
You actually helped solve this problem long time ago. Because when I came complaining about a mutual friend of ours, you made me realize that you always want deep. I think even in that podcast episode we did, I talked about friendship. It was you, me, and Lamide, and how, post-COVID and how you feel like people are not just quite deep anymore. And they say you always want deep. What if not everybody wants deep?
True.
Right. So I'm recycling take your own medicine, right? Yeah,
2 tabs BD.
In the sense that I'm at peace now, really, with my friendships. And I'm really at peace in my friendship. In the sense, I realized that you can't get it from, the depth you want to go, it's almost impossible to get it with someone that is not your spouse. One. And
shout out to our spouse.
Shout out to them. And let people just, because your friend is also somebody else's friend, someone else's brother, someone else's uncle, someone else's father.
Someone else's pastor.
Pockets of time.
Someone else's doer.
So when I spend time with you or spend time with Lamide, those are quite time because both of you, I think because you know that you always touch and go people, no offense to that, you make it worth it.
We offense.
You make it worth it. So the little time I can get with spending with you.
When she says little, this is ridiculous. It's not that little. It's just because
it's because and this week doesn't count.
No, this one doesn't count.
Yeah, the little time or whatever
was really cool.
Yeah. Again, maybe I have a different definition of the bandwidth of time required to spend with friends. Maybe I'm just misplacing my expectations somewhere. But I've learned to just take what I can get, and that's okay. That's okay. And it's set me free in so many places.
I like the fact that I said you free, but please still call me out. For me,
what's the point of it? It's going to be touch and go. I don't want depth anymore. Let's do shallow.
Just the T or G.
Let's do shallow. Why not?
Let's do shallow.
Shallow.
What's up?
All done. Bye. Have a nice life. There you go. Thank you all
for listening
to this.
But different really, formats. What I would say is,
we're not called to do life alone.
Right? You said that in the podcast a lot. I mean, I said that many times.
And like children that we all are, we need repetition to get it through your thick skull. We're not called to do life alone. And relationships. I know you guys hear these things a lot. It's like sounds cliche. They're two-way. We are saying find a community when we're talking about immigrants. You're not going to cross your legs and hope to find a community. Find is an action word. You need to make a move. Same with your relationships. You can't be expecting to not sow but reap. And then we harassed you. It's telling. It just doesn't happen. What have you put in place to receive? I don't know what I sowed to be reaping, but I'm reaping anyway. What are you reaping? Well, I rip you. I'm ripping you. I sold you. But you need to give. I mean, and your actions and inactions, I'm learning, affect someone else.
Yeah.
And then we get to a point, I don't think it's fair. I think it's reality, it's fact, but I don't think it's fair that we now have to mentally get ourselves based like, oh, it's okay. Like whatever I get, because I don't know, that might not be my own expectation. I might feel like whenever I then meet Olani, for instance, there was a while I just knew this girl was more detached than usual, but I'll give her time. I think that was when I sensed the voice notes actually. That whatever. So whenever you're ready, I'm here. That's the way of saying, but it's okay. I mean, I think as we're all growing, we're learning that some things are fine, but we're solid again, default setting. When all our friendship is shaking, what's left of it is still solid. So that's okay. Just putting things into your, whatever you're expecting back, put it out there. Will it always be returned? No.
I'm
just
going to
you
put
from
it out there. I
giving
want to
and
put the
giving
expectation to
and
get it back.
Yes. You might be putting it out to Tolani and receiving it out from
Lamide.
Why did I have to use him as example?
You know you love him, sister.
He loves me. Let's state facts. I love him because he loves me.
But who met Lamide first?
Only Ayomide can answer that question.
Yeah, I did. What year did you meet him?
My first year in Netherlands.
Again, you're straight dog. We're just going around friending everybody. Why I say your ways are not pure. Where's your pure? And I think it was that thing we now realized that, Lamide, I know him too.
I knew him my first year in Netherlands.
Okay.
I believe Lamide answered poison.
I never remember.
Why? How will you remember?
Put in the middle of
anyway, guys, it's worth it. I can tell you that love is worth it. Friendship is worth it. I know the narrative out there is don't trust people. People are not great. People are not good. The narrative is generally bad, even for marriages, for relationships, for work colleagues. Everybody says you have a barrier. There's space for that. I don't have a problem with that. People are all coming from some place. But I'm telling you, the right is worth it. If you have to sow 50 times what you read the word, it is still worth it. We are called to love. We're human beings. We're called to love. God is love. We are love. It is the essence of who we are.
Right.
Kindness, giving, love. All of these are things we have to give. Don't feel like one way do me pass or I don't have enough. Forget it. Give joy, give gladness, give a smile, listen to someone. Listen to enough people. The day you don't need someone to listen to you, you will find someone. God will bring them your way. It will happen. Please don't give up. If you've been reaching out to her and she's been touch and go, forgive her. Reach out again.
I'm not touch and go with people that care about.
Don't succeed. What you do don't succeed. Let yourself up and try again. You can dust the door and try again. Try again.
Yeah, I can be touch and go sometimes. It's not sustained. It's not sustained MO for me.
But I don't want everybody to do that.
I'm talking about hearts or something. So I just quiz cake or something. Me too, hashtag.
I get it that you learned that and it's okay. And it's also okay for that to be okay. But for those that it's not okay for those that want more, wanting more is wanting.
Maybe you're not getting from the right people. Doesn't mean you should stop asking. But don't do life alone. Do not do life alone.
It really says that this doesn't happen. Because she that deal.
Or just go carry your things. Go carry your tent somewhere else where you might be appreciated or where you can see some value. And if people have hurt you or said things about you, guess what? You still need people, not the same set of people who abuse you. Otherwise, that would be like a very, very sticky situation. Okay? To help you heal, you need community. And there are people out there who can love on you, and this community looks like. And this is really the essence of it.
Why was this designed for love when younger?
Olamide Global. OG.
The LG. Life is good.
OG.
You're shy, you're a ganga.
Oh my goodness.
I remember that.
That's Japanese.
And we can't really remember the word. I can't remember the
It's funny how I've not thought of that in a while, but it's immediately connected.
Ever. But the second
You're kanga. How? It's like you want us to pray with the spirit of lying. Yeah. Why you lying? Why you always lie?
Is that a legit song?
So, the one that this one I sang yesterday with me now. Yes. When I think I immediately said something about lying. Just I just, why you lying?
I started that singing from the house.
Seriously?
I'm surprised I continue.
But yours was the Raz one, that's why.
I'm not right. Raz means really good and sush.
Anything. I won't lie to you as your host. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. We hope this was at least remind checking on your old friends. Truly, you can't make old friends. There's something there, and for some of us, might need to go back to the point where almost like a reset in a way that invigorates you to go about your current life as a mom, as a wife, as a sister. There's something refreshing about it, and that was what I was able to recreate this past few days. Even though it was not on the agenda, the goal was just come see her and spend quality time, which is a love language, and then go back. But then I got more. All that to say, go out there and love on people and don't live life alone. All right. Remain your hosts from the Multiple Podcast, Mo and
Lamide from Olamide. From the channel that has not been named yet.
Mic drop.
That was my confidence. Yeah, it was effortless.
What's that? We can do. Oh my goodness. Yeah.